I'm sorry. Having that caught on camera is so tough. I'm sorry, brother. Oh God, no. And we did some deep diving on this video here. She's got a ring on her wedding finger on her left hand. So which one is the husband? We don't know. The face says, wow, that stings because I thought I was being a gentleman. That's what the face says. We don't know who the guy was behind. If you know this man or this woman or the guy behind, please reach out to us. My DMs are open.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Bruno. We are going to count it down until we get there because we're just a week away from NFL football. This time next week, we're going to be getting ready for the Ravens and Chiefs. And if you can't tell, we have been fired up. We've been fired up for weeks now. It's crazy to think that we're just a week away from the season. And we're still on Brandon Aiyuk watch. And the drama took another turn yesterday. As the reports were, they expected Aiyuk to practice yesterday. And then he wasn't seen at practice. And listening to General Manager John Lynch.
I'm not going to get into our communication again, but, there's... at some point you got to play.
He sounds pretty salty when he's talking about his disgruntled receiver. And Aiyuk is arguably not even the biggest piece holding out for the Niners, as they're still without the best left tackle in football, Trent Williams, who also wants a new contract. And listening to head coach Kyle Shanahan, it doesn't sound like he could have either for week 1.
Yeah, I'm optimistic that things will work out with Trent. I'm not sitting here knowing what day it'll be. I mean, we're getting close to playing a game, so my mind is completely on preparing for a game without those guys. But yeah, I feel when two sides want to get a deal done, and usually it happens.
To the AFC, where there was more receiver drama, as head coach Zach Taylor said Jamar Chase would practice yesterday. But instead, we see this video of him showing up to practice 13 minutes late, not in pads, wearing street clothes. So I don't really know what's more disrespectful, the showing up late or just the wearing street clothes. What would dig even deeper? I don't know. And after practice, head coach Zach Taylor at least owned it.
I think I probably put my foot in my mouth speaking too quickly. And it's just, again, this is a day-to-day situation. We'll just keep seeing it as that.
This is what I want to see more of. People owning their biz, okay? You F up, admit it. That's all. That's all we want is a little accountability. And we got some QB news this morning as well. As expected, Jacoby Brissett will be the Patriots starter week 1 against the Bengals, with 3rd overall pick Drake May backing him up. So of the 6 starting quarterbacks drafted this past April, only 3 will start week 1. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Bo Nix. And one final bit of QB news. The Browns have restructured Deshaun Watson's contract, turning his base salary into a signing bonus, which created an additional $35 million of cap space, giving the Browns $62 million in space, the most in the NFL. Enough room to accommodate a big Brandon Aiyuk contract, perhaps. Look at us, how we went full circle there. Did you like it? Did you love it? Do you want more of it? In one of the bigger mysteries in the NHL offseason, prospect Rutger McGroarty told the Jets he was not going to sign with them. Subsequently, his rights were traded last week to Pittsburgh, but there's still a lot of confusion as to why this happened. And honestly, after hearing from him, it didn't get much clearer.
What's the best way to describe, because you're the only one that can answer this, what actually happened with Winnipeg and why you didn't want to go there?
My agents talked to them, and then I talked to them, and I wanted to be upfront and honest with them, and just tell them that I wasn't going to be signing with them. I got nothing but respect for those guys. They handled it with a lot of class, and I wish them nothing but the best. But as I said, I'm fired up to get started here now.
It's like listening to somebody talk about a breakup, but the other person didn't turn their key. You know what I mean? He just turned his key and he walked away. Okay, dude, I'm happy for you. Or sorry that it happened. So imagine all of us at the Bar Down office listening to Jesse gloat about this guy for so long, only to find out that he doesn't want to play in Winnipeg at all. Kind of felt good. To soccer, and it was a huge day today, as the UEFA Champions League draw went down earlier this afternoon. Now this isn't like typical draws, as the old group format is gone, replaced this year by a new league-style setup. Before we get into the best matchups, let's break down the changes. Instead of 32 teams made up of 8 groups of 4, it'll be 36 teams in one giant league. 6 games against 3 opponents will be replaced by 8 games against 8 different opponents. The goal here is to have more big-name teams playing each other in those league stage games, which will give us some early fireworks. The top 8 teams will qualify for the knockouts automatically, while teams 9 through 24 will play each other in a 2-leg playoff to qualify for the round of 16. Now in the knockout rounds, there is no country protection, so teams from the same league can play each other. In the previous Champions League format, that could not happen until the quarters. So now that we know how it works, what are some of the best matchups we'll see in league play? Well, the biggest is probably defending champions Real Madrid, who are now fully reloaded with Kylian Mbappe. as if they needed any more firepower. Well, they'll head to Anfield to take on Liverpool. We also have Bayern Munich and Barcelona renewing their rivalry. You know, the Barca people ate to see that. My producer came up with that one, obviously, because he's a Bayern fan. Big surprise. Slow golf clap. We've got Italian champions Inter taking on English champions Man City, and Arsenal taking on PSG. So yeah, it works because those are some pretty big games. Now let's go back to Real Madrid, as they arguably have the toughest path out of all the Pot 1 teams. They'll get Borussia Dortmund in a Champions League final rematch, that trip to Anfield we just mentioned, while also getting AC Milan and Atalanta. But Liverpool also has a pretty tough draw, as they've got that Real Madrid tie. They'll also host former player and current Leverkusen manager Xabi Alonso, you know, the most handsome man in sports, as well as play RB Leipzig, Milan, Lille, and PSV. But check out this gauntlet PSG has to go through. They take on City, Bayern, Atletico, and Arsenal, while also getting PSV and Stuttgart. So yeah, Paris is in trouble. We already know Champions League is the biggest tournament in all of sports, so this just made it that much better. Can any other league, any other sport even catch up to this? Time now for my favorite segment and yours, We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
And today, we're going biking. And not just any biking. It's time for the lake ride. Oh my gosh, Nor, my bike going in water like that, ugh, I would cringe. That's all for me today. We'll see you back in a month. No Pacific. Have a good one.